Okay. So next, there are a few other profile options also available. Okay. So the system parameters. So over invoice, over shipment invoice basis. Okay. Promise date setup. Okay. All you have first request date. How do you want to promise date setup? How do you want to calculate? Okay. First request date, first schedule ship arrival date, manual entry, or request date, or the schedule ship arrival date, all this. You'll get to know all of these dates when we ongoing the session. Okay. In the day one itself, we cannot know. Okay. But ongoing setup, ongoing things. So maximum we will cover. Okay. Fine. Fine. I think this is fine. This is fine. Just click on save, and click on OK. Okay. Click on OK. Yes. Where it is telling. Is there anything mandatory here? Fine. Come here. It is coming here. Relationship, customer relationship. No. My cursor is here. I keep the cursor here. So it is going and validating something, and it is stopping us. Yeah. It is looking the customer relationship. Okay. Customer relationship. I think we don't need to set up this. Let me just close it and I'll come back again here. But I'll only set up few. Okay. That is allow partial reservations. Yes. And I'll set up one more item validation. Okay. Item F11 and find the specific one. Item validation is this. Okay. Save it. Okay. Done. Okay. So we have done that setup as well. Completed. Now, so next is we'll go and create few customers. I'll create a two customers. Okay. I'll create a two customers. One. To create a customers, just come here, customers standard. Okay. Customer standard. From the OEM responsibility, customer and standard. So this customer creation and the site creations and all, right? Either a CM consultant or finance consultant can also work on this. Okay. Either we are finance consultants. Okay. But when you're starting the application, okay, but the application is already using, they will be having separate customer master data team. Okay. So master data team will be there. They will be maintaining all creations and everything. Okay. Creation of suppliers, creation of customers, creation of items. Okay. All this will be taken care by master data team. So, okay. When I say master data team, what all we have master data? Items are the master data, right? Items are the master data. Suppliers are master data. Customers are master data. And sub inventories, those are also master data, right? In ongoing, they may get creating a new sub inventories. They may get creating a new items. So these are all master data. Okay, fine. Click on this. It's a UI form, user interface form. So where we have to define customer. What happened? Okay, fine. So we are here. Okay, fine. Now to create a new customer, you just click on create. Just click on create. Just click on create. In the top level, you mention the name. Okay, what is the customer name? Customer name. So I'll keep customer name maybe in keypad starting with the top level QWE. Okay, just some dummy customer. Okay, QWE India Private Limited. Okay, QWE. So the URL maybe www.qwe.com something. Okay, just testing purpose. Fine. So this is their legal name. Okay, this is their customer legal name, how they are registered in the government portal. Okay, fine. So next is the mandatory, the important only we will discuss here. Okay, and this will generate automatically once we say the form account number. Okay, account description you want to maintain, you can maintain, and profile class, let it be default only, let it be default. Okay, and classification, how do you want to classify this, whether what is this, is external customer or internal customer or other inventory organization, that you can specify in this classifications. Okay, you'll be having some couple of options here. Okay, if it is like federal class, commercial, funding source, whether it is government customer, see here government customer, it's related to health. Okay, so internal, if it is the internal customer. Okay, all this you will be having here, all this. Okay, all this you can have. So this all comes from lookup. Okay, this all comes from lookup. Fine. So I don't need to, we don't need to select this option, so just optional. Okay, so the important thing is here this one. Okay, account type. Okay, account type. So we'll be having a external and internal. If it is internal, right, it means that, if it is internal, it means that the customer is, the customer is maybe HYD organization, your ABC HYD inventory org, your inventory org also a customer for you, means that is internal customer. So in inventory we have discussed, right, interorg transfer. Interorg transfer we have discussed, right? What we do there, we are moving the stock from one inventory organization to other inventory organization. When I say one inventory to other inventory, the other inventory is a internal customer, right? The other inventory organization is an internal customer. For example, the warehouse team is creating a interorg transfer between Bangalore and Hyderabad. So items are there in Bangalore, they're moving to Hyderabad. So in this case, the internal customer is, who is the internal customer? Hyderabad, right? Hyderabad. And who is the supplier? Bangalore organization. It is within the business only, within the ABC business. Okay, so they have internal customers, internal suppliers. So I was told, right, IRISO, internal sales order, internal requisition, internal sales order. In that flow, you will go and create internal customers. Okay, fine. So for now, I'm going and creating a external. So external in the sense outside of the customer, like outside customer, where you go and ship the material to outside some other individuals, some other company. Okay, and then you will collect the amount from them. But if it is internal, if it is internal and it is Hyderabad, if it is Hyderabad HYD, okay, Hyderabad, then you're not going to make any invoices, you're not going to make any receiving amount from Hyderabad, because it is your internal organization. Okay, only for external customers, only for external customers you are going to bill. Okay, fine. Let's come to external. This is very important one. Okay, this will come many of the cases like in IRS for setups. They'll ask you question. Okay, so tell me the what all setups required for IRSO, internal requisition, internal sales order. So this is the one of key setup. Okay, key setup. Fine. Come down. Define some address. Okay, define some address. Where is this customer from? Okay, I'll specify some dummy address. Okay, ATPL. You can define some door number, building number, anything. Okay, for example, door number is building number is this. Okay, building number this. Just give me a second. Yeah, first building or first floor, anything. Okay, ATPL, anything you can specify. Bangalore, Karnataka, state Karnataka. So pin code. Okay, 560066. Okay, fine. Come down. So these are top level one. Now come to this. These are all site level. Okay, these are all site level. Site level. Just what you do is just click on apply. The customer will be created. Okay, just click on apply. Click on apply. Okay, see, once you click on apply, you will see the number generated. This is the customer number. Okay, account number. So what is the customer name? This is the customer name. Okay, so this is the customer name. Fine. So now come down here. Come down in this details. So this is sites. Okay, sites. This is sites. In this here, go to the details. Go to the details. Go to the details and go to the business purposes. Business purposes. Okay, so this is bill to. In introduction, I was telling you, right? We will be defining bill to. Okay, and ship to, right? So bill to is something like where the customer want to receive the invoice copies, and ship to is something where the customer want to receive the goods, right? Receive the goods. So this is automatic. When you define the customer, right, automatically you will be having a bill to. Okay, automatically you will be having a bill to. Got it? And you need to create one more ship to. Okay, just click on add ship to. Okay, from the drop down, select ship to. Okay, ship to. And this bill to location you can assign to here. And again, this one you can have with the character also. Okay, you can have with the character also. So how it is, Mm, let me go here. Let me mention here QWE bill to. Okay, let me just save it. Save it. Okay, this something location ID will create, and this one, mm, this one, let me maintain this one here. Okay, done. And the ship to location you can specify here, and this bill to location you have to associate with ship to here. Okay, give here. About save it. Save it. Okay. In this way, you can have n number of build twos, n number of ship twos. Okay. N number of build two, n number of ship two. So when you have multiple ship two, multiple build two, which one will default in the sales order? Okay. So which one will default when you have this? If you see this one primary, if this whichever the whichever the address is having a primary, right? That one will default. Okay, that one will default. So for this, I'll define the location code as either it will default a number, but you can change. Here I'll put zip2. Okay, fine. So I can have one more. Go on, create and one more. I can have ship to one more ship to I can have. Okay, so one more ship to I can have. So where I can have maybe this ship to is Bangalore, BNG, ship Bangalore to address. Okay, and this one will be Hyderabad. Okay, HYD. Save it. So again, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Got it. So this bill to you have to assign here. Okay, select this bill to here. Select this bill to and assign here. Okay, save it. Okay, save it. Hyderabad. Let's save. Unless it is code must be in a queue. Okay, let it be this one only. The top level one site. Okay, fine. So this one maybe I'll go and give the address value for cust site ID. Site use code must be in a queue. Cust site ID and site use code. So let it be first we'll define the required setups. We'll come and see additional validations, additional topics on later. Okay, let's define first the mandatory setups. Yes. Okay, fine. Click on save and apply. Okay, click on save and apply. So this profile tab, these are all not required. Okay, not required. Come back, go back to this place only. I will tell you one more thing here. Under the ship to, right, under the ship to, so if it is in internal inventory organization, right? If it is internal inventory organization, the setup you have to do here, assigning internal organization. Okay, you're defining a customer here, but how this customer related to the organization, right? Internal, how this customer knows. Like if it is a Hyderabad, you're just mentioning the name only. You're just mentioning the name, but how you going to assign, right? So here you will assign. Here you will assign. If the customer type is internal, then you have to set up these two, inventory organization and internal location. You just need to select inventory organization. The inventory location will default automatically. Okay, fine. So there are a few other setups also here. So which is not required, which not even mandatory. So the order type, if you want to default a specific order type for this customer, and when order created with this sub ship to, then if you want to default a specific order type, they you can give, or specific price list you can give. Okay, all these setups. And if you want to have some freight terms, okay, you can give here. carrier terms. Okay, and if you want to default some specific ship method, if you want to default some specific warehouse, whenever the order is created with this specific customer and specific to ship to, then if you can set up the warehouse, which warehouse you want to use for shipping the material, that you can set up here. Okay, it's again specific to customer. Okay, it is again specific to customer, not a main setups. Okay, not a main setups. So this one here. Okay, and second thing is here in build 2, if you are implementing IRSO flows, okay, then you have to enable all this. Okay, all this you will be collecting all this from business, and you will enter the details here. Okay, so this revenue, tax, freight, so these accounts will be hitting whenever invoices are creating. Okay, invoices are creating. So, and again in this, you will select the payment terms. Okay, payment terms. So this payment term is required when in IRISO cycle. Okay, if you not give this payment term here, you may face with booking issue. Okay, I'll just select net 30 days. But for this is an external customer, not required to do, but just if it is internal customer, you should do this. The main thing is, okay, this and the mandatory. Okay, that one under the ship to, you should define this. Okay, you should give organization here. Okay, fine. And again, we will be having some concepts, arrival set, ship set concepts, like ship the material together, arrival the material together. Okay, so those functionality, if you want to automatically enable ship set, then you can enable this. Okay, fine. Fine. Now we're just discussing customer creation. Okay, so remaining tabs is not that much mandatory. Okay, that's much mandatory. If you're a finance consultant, you need to bother about this payment. Okay, receipt method means add receipt method means how do you go and receive the amount from customer, through check, through online payment, how it is. Okay, that's all. Those are all you need to worry. But for now, you don't need to worry. Okay, fine. So when I click the profile, it is saying the profile doesn't exist yet. Do you want to create new? Okay, it's fine. It's related to some credit checking, right? Some credit check functionality we have actually. Okay, credit checking something is like, for example, just take an example of any home example, or maybe any rural example. Okay, so you have a shop nearby your home. Okay, and you are going and purchasing the materials over there, but you are not paying the amount. Okay, you will pay the amount at the end of the month. Okay, at the end of the month you will pay the amount, but the seller who actually selling the product cannot give you products more than lakhs, more than, for example, if it is just 50,000, okay, you can collect at the end of the month. If it is exceeding more than 50,000, then the seller also have to plan the stock, refilling the stock, manufacturing, production activity and all, right? He has to bring the again the groceries and all. He cannot give you, more than that much limit. So that is credit check. Okay, so it's a simple. Uh, we have a sales orders created and we ship the products, but the customer is not paid yet. The last order itself is not paid, and customer again requested new order, new quantities, new item, other items. Again, you are going to ship the material. It won't make sense, right? The customer has to pay the earlier order amount. Then only you have to release the shipment. Okay. In that case scenarios, this credit checking will come into the picture. Okay. We'll test this functionality also. Fine. We come here and we set up some credit checking functionalities here. Okay. If it is enabled, then you are using a credit check functionality. Also, you have to enable this. Okay, credit hold. So automatically the system will apply the hold. Automatically it will apply the hold in a sales order. So until unless the hold released, they cannot do any activity, picking, shipping activity in the sales order. Okay, that functionality is there. Fine. Just save it. Just save it. Save it. Done. We have defined. We have defined. We have defined a customer. Okay. Come here. Go to the sites. Let's find it again. I'll show you one more thing. I'll show you one more thing. When you create a site, right, it will tell you which OU you are creating. Which OU you are creating. Click on this. Click on these details. Click on these details. I wanted to show you the OU. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this top level one are global level. Okay. These are all global. Up to here, these are all global. So whatever is there from here, right? These are all OU specific, operating unit specific. Okay. Operating unit specific. The setups which we do here, it is operating unit specific. If you remember in purchasing side also, for defining suppliers, we have given enable the sites, right, in OU specific. Similar way here also. The customer is there in one location, the maybe his headquarters. He have multiple locations in across the India, okay, or across the world, right? That's a possible. So that's why again you have to do setups based on OU. If you have 10 OUs, then you have to define 10 bill to 10 ship to addresses. Okay, 10 ship to and bill to addresses. The bill to address which you have given there, that only you can select. That is fine. Okay, but you have to define. Fine, fine, done. So just save finally and then close it. Close this window. Close this window. So customer we have done. Next is order types. Let's go to the form. So our customers we have done. Next is order types. So from here, so very important one. All these are very important one. Okay, should aware of this all the setups. If you're not aware of this above one, it is okay. Okay, if you know, then it is advantage for you only. But so from here onwards, you should know. You should know every setup. Why we do this setup? What functionalities available? Okay, what is the purpose of the setup? Everything you should know. Okay, fine. So let's come to the order types. So order type will give you a behavior of the order process. Okay, behavior of the order process. So in introduction, we have discussed, right? We have a standard order where you just book the order, pick release, shipping, and invoicing, receiving amount. We discussed standard, right? So there are few other flows where service. In the service case, you don't have any physical product. It's just a service. You're selling the service. In this case, you don't need to have physical material movement. So how it will decide? The order type will decide. Order type, workflow will decide. And we have ship only order. We just only ship the item. We won't receive the amount from customer. So how it will decide? It will decide based on order type. Okay, based on order type. And do you want to have some approvals before placing an order? Do you want to have some approvals? So how it will decide? The order types will decide. Okay, fine. Let's go to the setup. Setup, transaction types. Transaction types, define. Transaction type, define. See, transaction type, define. So this is the main setup. Transaction define setup. So first what we do is I'll create a transaction types for line first. Okay, I'll create only one transaction type. Further going forwards, we'll come and create a few more. Okay, so select the OU South India and order type. How do you want to call order type? ABC standard. It is a standard order type. Standard line type. I'll call this. Okay, ABC standard line type. If it is a ship only, I'll go for ABC ship only. If it is bill only, I'll go for ABC bill only, like that. Okay, just take the same thing here. Description and sales agreement type. It's a sales order. There are some functionality agreements also there, but so mainly you just go and choose this sales order. There are some code to order functionality. So we have O2C, right? O2C. There is again other flow. If you are following any Salesforce, like if you have any Salesforce related application also implemented, then you can implement a code to order. Okay, code to order functionality. So in that case, I think it will come. Sales agreement will come. But so in normal case, sales order. It's a document type is sales order and order category. So order category is nothing but, so you will see mixed order written. Mixed order written. So first let's understand what is order. So if you see order, the word itself it is telling you get a order, you get a demand, right? Customer order. And written is something like you already have a order with your customer, you ship the material and he returning the product. You can create a order type for returns also. That's the reason it's a return also available. Or in single order type, you can manage in single order type, you can manage mixed both you can manage. You can manage a order selling the items to customer, and the same in the next line you can manage receiving the item from customer, means returning. When customer return in the same order, you can in same order type you can utilize for returning the, like receiving the item from customer. Okay, only thing is you need to assign the line flows. Okay, anyhow I'm defining now line only. Okay, just go and choose this order, and here it is line. It is line. Okay, for what purpose you are creating? I'm creating for line type. There are two. So as mentioned here, for header and lines. OM transaction type for header and lines. Okay, I'm creating now for line. A one header type can have multiple line types. Okay, multiple line types. In sim, I can maintain a standard order, but in line level, I can maintain the first line with the standard flow, second line with bill only flow, and third line with ship only flow. I can maintain. It's possible. Okay, I can maintain. Okay, fine. So it's a line. It's a line type. So when I select line, if you noticed here, just observe here. As of now, it is line is there. Just observe this one. Fulfillment, all this. Okay, it's a line. I'm going to select order. This will enable. Okay, see, this are enabled. So based on the transaction type code you select here, the below one will change. Okay, if it is a line type, you don't need to set up all of this. It's not required. It's not required means it's not even applicable. Okay, not even applicable. The line type, the flow will decide when you assigning this line type in the header type. Okay, fine. So come down. So main and the main. So in the document section, you will be having agreement type. Agreement type. If you are maintaining some any kind of agreement, right, you can choose this. Okay. If it is government related or something, right, you can choose. It's fine. I think I don't need to select this. Okay, not required. If it's agreement related orders, then you need to select this. Okay, and again this default return line type, default order line type, so will be here based on the transaction type code you select here. If it is a order, like order or header, then you will see this enabled. Okay, fine. And coming to the pricing, okay, configuring the pricing. If you enable the checkbox, you can able to change the price list, change the price in a sales order. Can able to change the price list in the sales order. And the price list, yes, we have not yet defined. That is for the topic, I guess. Okay, so for the setup, the price list we have to define and we have to assign here. So as of now, these are all not related to us. Okay, so price list which contain the list of items and what is the price of it. Okay, fine. And this below one credit check rules. So when we are discussing header, right, I will explain this. Okay, that time it will enable. So overriding, ordering and picking and purchase releases. When do you want to stop? Credit check. We discussed just now, right? Credit check functionality. And do you want to stop at picking? Do you want to stop at shipping activity? When do you want to apply this credit check rule? When you just create the order, do you want to apply? Okay. And if you are following any drop shipment process or back to back process, in that case you will be having purchase order releases. Okay, during that time you want to apply credit check rule, or it's not these two cases. When you're doing picking activity, do you want to stop? That you can select here, or it's okay, picking also done, the quantity is in staging. When you're doing the shipping activity, do you want to stop? That will decide here. Okay, fine. So since it is a line type, you don't need to select much things here. Okay, now go for shipping tab and warehouse. So which warehouse you want to transfer the material to the customer. Okay, when you are using this line type, against which organization you want to transfer the material, from which organization you want to transfer the material. I'll select Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. And ship method, so we can create a ship method actually, but I'll select now any some DHL. I'll select DHL. Okay, so the ship method is DHL. And shipping priority, again this DHL has to be assigned to this org. Okay, otherwise we will get issue when creating the order. Okay, we'll do that later, or else you can go ahead and create a new ship methods also. Okay, new ship method also you can go and create. Let me do that also. I will add that setup also here. Okay, after what I'll do, after shipping parameters, after final setup, like before final setup, I will add this. Create shipping methods. Shipping methods. Okay. So we'll do this. Just a miscellaneous setup. We'll do that. Okay. But for now, I just selected a DHL. Okay. So the priority, it's a high priority, standard priority. If it is a high priority, okay, the order type will behave as an high priority, and it will look for immediate fulfillment. Okay, immediate fulfillment of the customer requirement. Okay, fine. We just have 1 minute. That's it for today, and we'll connect tomorrow. Okay, fine. So freight times. So collect, prepay. Okay, prepay, add, prepaid, to be determined, third party. These are all predefined freight terms. Okay, these are all predefined freight terms. So collect in the sense like you are shipping the material. Who is the responsible for